I don't necessarily know if the number is true yet, but it is a did I send it to you? I know I sent it to myself, I believe. There's a number out here where they're saying how much Caitlin Clark got for a Nike deal. I don't know if it's true or not. I do want to play that one. Damn, I should have already had it pulled up. Because it was, here you go. Yep.
3 finalists. Under Armour, Stephen Curry was part of that pitch meeting. I'm told the plan in that scenario would have been for her to be a part of Under Armour and Curry brand and possibly wear Curry brand. Steph Curry actually FaceTimed into the meeting, talked to Caitlin Clark, talked to her parents. Adidas was another company that met with her. But Nike came over the top. 8 figures. I'm not a math major. That's $10 million at the least. I'm told it's well beyond $10 million. It's
okay, but 8 figures, there's a big gap there. There's a big tax. There's like 19 tax brackets in to 8 figures.
For
so
sure.
we're talking.
I think it's fair to say that it's above $20 million. Her business portfolio off the court, she is making significant money to get a signature shoe.
So for people, so let's be clear, it's 2 conversations that was going on over the week, especially after the draft. It was a number, so people started to see the numbers that WNBA players was getting paid. And of course, this is for people who've been following basketball for a while. This number has already been out there. So it may have, and it may not been as egregious before to people because the people that you probably already popular, that you already may like a Brittany Griner or A'ja Wilson or some of them, they already have exceeded the 4-year thing. So their pay isn't out there. So we seen, okay, for Brittany Griner, when she got locked up, the number she was getting paid from the WNBA was $230,000. So people kind of was cool with that. Like, all right, that's not that big of a deal. Who really cares? Like, she only playing like what the WNBA season is from what, like May to August or May to maybe like September. They only play like, I think they play like 30 games. So 230,000 for let's just say 3 or 4 months of work. I mean, I'm sure most of us listening right now, you will take that in any day. So realistically, the numbers came up for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And because they are super popular, both on social media right now, their names are hot and trending. So everybody picked it up. So it was almost basically like 73,000 a year. So I guess the total was, I think for 4 years, it was like 333,000 or something like that, or 330,000. I think their two pay from each other was maybe like $3,000 off. So people were looking at it like this, in which realistically, I think I'm not gonna say it's misleading because that is what it is, but let's be clear, both of them are already going into the WNBA as millionaires. Angel Reese is already, Google Angel Reese NIL. We talked about that during the season last year. Like, dog, she's already, I want to say she was at like, I think we say she was in the top 10 as NIL deals for sports athletes, and that's from football or whatever the case may be.
Now that's what I want to know. Do it stop?
Now, but they because some of their, you got to think about it. Like, let's say for Angel Reese, she's still gonna have her Fashion Nova deal for the Raising Cane thing. She's still gonna have that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, some of those,
and I know some of them are also tied with the university.
Yeah, of course. Some of them are with the university.
That's why I'm just wondering, is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, do it trickle down a little bit more once they in the pros and you got agents and all that other stuff? So that's why I'm just wondering.
But you got to think about it, they already had agents. Like, even for Angel Reese, she already had an agent. Like, she tagged her, even during draft day, she was tagging her agent and whatever the case may be, or even when she announced her draft, that she was leaving, she tagged these people. So this is already in the conversation. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I get, okay, yeah, this is their salary, and people were sitting here saying, and this I do want people to understand, even when we're talking about supporting, and that is one of the conversations that I wanted to have, was like, I don't want people to think because I can't make it to a game. Because let's be clear, I know for a fact, I looked at something like some of the Chicago Sky, some of these like t-shirts for like $50. I'm like, bro, these t-shirts ain't worth $50. And let's be clear, you can go to Angel Reese and she got her own t-shirts and they way cheaper. So Angel Reese may got t-shirts on it that's $25, $30, which realistically is more reasonable. And I'm not saying, if I'm being honest, like none of those, even the designs for her stuff or their stuff, it's not nothing crazy. Like when I'm thinking of like, especially something $50 for a t-shirt, like bro, the t-shirt gotta be fire for $50. Because I'm sure all of us be on social media. You see a regular clothing brand all day long selling their shirts and their t-shirts for $50, you're gonna get the bells and whistles. It ain't gonna be just some whatever sky on the, like, it ain't gonna be something plain Jane. Like, they really trying to get over, like, all right, it ain't that yet. But I don't want people to feel like I'm not supporting because I don't have enough money to buy a t-shirt or buy a jersey. Because somebody like me, I don't wear stuff a bunch of times. So if I buy something, especially for, let's say, a jersey 120, I am gonna go to the game because they do play the Mystics like literally a day before my birthday. So I'm definitely gonna still go to that game, and I'm going to have me an Angel Reese jersey by then. But everybody don't got $120 to spend. So I don't want people to think I'm not supporting because I don't have money to waste on a jersey or some t-shirts, because dog, times is hard. We literally, they not gonna say and say, but dog, we in the middle of a recession right now, bro. Gas prices is going up daily. Everything in life is tremendously going up. So I don't want you to feel like you're not supporting, because the way you can support me and a homegirl of mine, I tell her about that all the time. Like, you can't not sit here And of course, you can do it through me because, of course, I got a platform. I'm building up a platform to even be bigger, so I can speak on certain things. But you can't sit here and just hide behind me. If you like certain stuff, you have to support it. And I don't want to bunch in topics, but literally the same hunger. Like even the reason why we even started talking about Devin Haney on this show is because she got me hip to it. Saturday, I forgot. All right, Lakers and Nuggets lost. I know how I get sometimes when the Lakers lose. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm going to sleep. I'm pissed. I lost money. I'm tired. I forgot that they was even fighting because I'm mad. Because of course, I know sometimes if I see a crazy odds betting, I sit here and bet. I forgot so much, so I literally cut the fight on literally right before it came out, like right before the fight came on, and I'm hitting her like, "Oh, you watching your man?" Because by the time I text her,
that came on.
Shit, that fight may have came on like close to like 12, I want to say. Because I think about the Lakers game was over at like
I'm about to say,
like close to 11. So and it was still somebody. When I literally remember that they was fighting, it was still somebody else fighting at like 11 something. So that fight, the fight had to come on like around like 12ish or something like that. So just even like I said, with all that even being said, I'm telling her, I'm like, dog, how you get me hip to this nigga? You're not even watching this fight. But that's my point of what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about supporting. Like you can literally, because let's be clear, when everybody say, "Oh, go buy jerseys and go buy tickets," yeah, that's cool. But realistically, where the NBA makes all their money is TV commercials, TV deals. That's what. As long as you got a TV, you can cut them games on, watch them. And even if you can't, still you can tweet about them, you can post about them on your social medias, and not even just keep posting them on your stories. Like talk about them, get the conversations going, because you never know. It could be one person that follow you and be like, "Oh, dang, I'm not even hip. I ain't even watch a game yet. Well, I didn't know this game was going on," because you can still support in that way. I don't want people to sit here and only get caught up on, "Oh, I got to buy a jersey," because you see a lot of people say that. Because I've seen people going back and forth when we get into A'ja Wilson in a second. And it was dudes defending her. And it was so crazy because you'll be surprised how many people actually already had A'ja Wilson jerseys already. Because when people were arguing, that's the first thing people say, "Oh, y'all fake supporters. Y'all ain't been supporting her. Now y'all trying to compare, saying she need to get a shoe because Caitlin Clark got a shoe." And that's what I'm saying. It was a lot. I was surprised how many men actually already had her jersey. It was this one dude, I don't even know, he a news reporter or something. Nigga, this nigga had like 5 Aces jerseys. He had like 2 different colorways of the A'ja Wilson joint. Then he had like a what's the lady, I think like her last name Young or something. Like, no, he had like 5, literally like 5 jerseys.
Tia Young.
Not Tia Young, it's she the point guard. She a dark skinned older woman. Yeah, for the Aces. Yeah, but so anyway, just my whole point of it is, it's just, you don't have to, all I'm just saying, telling people is don't get caught up in that, because social media will make you feel like if you ain't buying something, you're not supporting. That's a lie. Because I could sit here and go buy a jersey for $100, or I can make a video and get hundreds of thousands of people to watch and comment on it constantly through the season. I'm sure all those women will appreciate, especially as a male, speaking out and promoting their sport than me sitting here buying one jersey. So just imagine if I bought one jersey and just went to one game and never made a video, never talked about it. Yeah, what they're not realistic at this point, even if
that is the fucked up thing. And I feel like I wish they was in a negotiation deal, because
they're not there yet.
They're not in a negotiating deal. So for real, even with Caitlin, and that's why I say I get a lot of people with their argument because A'ja Wilson, but I'm like, but at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark moves the number.
For sure. But even for her right now, it's not even fair for her, because let's say all them tickets is getting sold out, all them extra, she don't get no percentage of that. So that's the
fucked up thing. We even with, and that's why I say I appreciate how you saying, yes, we need to support more of the women's sports and all that, because you look at what Caitlin Clark did, and even when we went on, I sent you that message last week about how she made the university $83 million off of just that, off the women's basketball. Now, even in college, you probably see some of that, because
because I think she still made I want to say she made like last year, I want to say she made like maybe like 4.3 million off of her NIL deals.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you have boosters or whatever in line.
Of course, they was definitely getting her right. They was definitely getting her right for sure.
For the WNBA right now, you saying all these arenas now have to move, and it's just like even with the Mystics, they're gonna have to play their game in the Capital One arena, which they've been playing in for years, until they went down to the other arena because nobody was coming out to the game.
So that was my point of even just what I'm saying. So 2 things real quick for people who don't know what me and Marcus is talking about. Right now for the WNBA, they don't get no, so for the difference between the NBA and the WNBA is, for the NBA, they get 50% of revenue. So that means whatever TV commercials, jersey sales, TV deals, whatever the case may be, that goes into the, and that's why the NBA players, that's why somebody like Jaylen Brown getting like damn near almost $300 million a year.
And y'all better be careful right now, because I'm telling you, I think they might. I heard of what's the name I seen the other day, they were saying that TNT about their contract is about to be up with the NBA. So if they don't give them the money, you're gonna start seeing a lot of these games on these damn streaming apps.
Yeah,
Or just like how the NFL last year did, he put it on Peacock where you had to pay for it.
yeah, but I'm sure that I think that I will, which realistically I know for a fact that TNT will give up the money. Two reasons why, because
they ain't got shit.
No, because yeah, they don't have nothing else on TNT to make people watch, and then two, you got to think about it. TNT even right now they in bed with HBO Max, so it's HBO Max, Bleacher Report, and TNT. So them three companies together, they gonna benefit off of it a lot because realistically, HBO Max they had certain games that wasn't on nothing else, so you can go watch HBO Max and you can see it. So, but really, like I said, so for the WNBA, they don't get none of that right now. So running out to just even go buy a bunch of tickets and buy a bunch of jerseys, those players are not going to realistically benefit off that. So for when we talk about Angel Reese, you can go support Angel Reese by personally just going on her website and buying Angel Reese merchandise, where that money literally goes directly to her. It's not nobody in the middle, man. And like I said, those shirts and stuff are more affordable. Or you can go into Dick's Sporting Goods. We talked about that maybe months ago when she literally the first college athlete that had her own merchandise inside of a Dick's Sporting Goods. So you can literally go into a Dick's Sporting Goods. If they still don't have them, they probably by now they probably sold out. But even you can still go on her website and still purchase stuff. And shout outs to her because she sent Shannon Sharper Jones and he wore her varsity jersey on nightcap. So that's my point of it, is like you can still support her, and realistically it was cheap. It was a reasonable joint. It was like $150 for a varsity jacket. That's a good price. Realistically, if you talking about, especially if you really into shopping or you into fashion like that, nigga, varsity jackets will spank you. You talking about them at a low price. $150 is a cheap varsity jacket because them shits can go up to like $1,500. It depends on who designed it and how much detail into the junk. So so it go like that. So that's my only thing that I would sit here and tell people. It's different ways that you can sit here.
And I feel like that's what, if everybody want to support or want to, want these equal, that's when y'all need to start putting y'all fuss and y'all complaints to, because of how they getting splits. They're not even getting the splits. And it's just like the stuff that everybody else get. Cause we just think about it. The Vegas, they've been in that arena maybe 2-3 years now. Mm-hmm. They've been in that,
but their Jones been sold out.
Right, theirs been sold out. But now you saying because she coming,
now they moving it up and they going so they need another 80. You got to argue about it
because like shit. Remember that one time we was talking about it on here? I think the dude who was the New York Knicks, the Liberties GM. One of them got in trouble because they kept flying them private instead of doing the commercial. Y'all don't look at that, and that's why I get what y'all want to be fussing about Angel Wilson, but y'all also got to look at how the WNBA is set up and how things are set up. Because right now, if Caitlin Clark put out the shoe and Angel Wilson put out the shoe today, Caitlin Clark is going to sell.
No, let's be clear. But not even just the name. A conversation that we had all the time. And I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but sometimes you got to be honest. When I was telling my homegirl, I'm like, that's the difference between Black people and white people, because white people gonna always show up. Like when I was telling her about the Devin Haney situation, I'm like, bro, that's you can't never get mad at people who support Trump, because guess what they not gonna do? They are not going to miss their time to show up for, I swear to God, guess what, on social media ain't never gonna happen. You ain't never excuse me, especially if your platform big enough, you ain't never gonna be able to say nothing slick about Caitlin Clark and think her crowd ain't gonna show up to support her, though. That's what I'm saying. They are going to always show up for her. So you're absolutely right. Angel Wilson can be 100 times better basketball player than Caitlin Clark. And I think realistically for most people, what got them upset wasn't necessarily that Caitlin Clark was, because I think if you got common sense, you can see, dog, she moving the needle ridiculolously. I think a lot of people were getting upset because what's the girl, Sabrina and Stewie got their own sneakers from Nike, and she is a Nike athlete. And of course, I think I want to say, I thought we talked about this on here last year during the championship when Coach Becky Ham sit here and say something, because LeBron made his own custom shoes for A'ja Wilson, but Becky Ham was like, LeBron shouldn't have to do this. LeBron shouldn't have to sit here and give her own custom shoe for the finals. She should have her own signature shoe. And and let's be clear. I guess sometimes we can always be serious with the race thing, because you can kind of find, like, Stewie got MVP, and let's be clear, the Aces cooked she cooked Stewie, ate her ass for lunch. Them two girls, they got their own sneaker before Caitlin Clark. Both of them play for the New York Liberty. Both of them are white women. And guess what A'ja Wilson did? She cooked the shit out of both of them in the finals. And that's why she gets super drunk and started to turn up and pipe up. And no, let's be clear. And even when people talk about marketability, I love A'ja Wilson. Yeah, but listen to what I'm telling you. I've told y'all on here last year when I started to follow them on TikTok. I followed them because the girls see it. Because let's be clear, it's a difference between when we talk about marketability. Sometimes it comes with personality. Even y'all sit here thinking about podcasts, and there's be so many people who spend a lot of money on the look, but your person, you got to clean all your shit, look cool. It fits that little form. But bro, the videos be dry as hell. Yeah, it look cool. People gonna like it. You got to pander to an audience because you ain't got no personality.
But that's my question. I think it's just with her, or even just your representation. I feel like, were you really being marketed out there to these reps So, like, hey, you need this. Because like I said, if your game is not necessarily, your game is doing what it's supposed to do, but are your business people really marketing you like, oh, well, you need to push the needle? Because I'm pretty sure, like, and if we just stick on Caitlin's law, the shoe deal, I'm pretty sure the deals came down to, okay, what else can you offer me? What else can I? And I'm pretty sure Nike can outbid everybody.
Oh, no, of course.
And give you more benefits than what everybody else get. But now, when you look at the A'ja Wilson, it's like, all right, when you first came, we ain't think you was gonna be this. But yes, you are that. But it's just like, damn, do everybody come out for you?
No, not even just that though, Marcus. It's still, you still have to have a personality to be able to sell shoes. Perfect example. Like, let's be clear. Nobody can realistically. You can almost debate that the Joker is the best basketball player right now in the NBA. Like, this man is literally unstoppable. This nigga don't have nothing though. He don't. And listen to tell y'all. I love Dirk Nowitzki. Y'all know Steve Nash was my guy. I love Peyton Manning. I'm talking about, nigga, I would literally argue whoever about Dirk Nowitzki and Peyton Manning. I've called y'all racist because y'all don't support Nowitzki or Manning because they're white. So listen to what I'm telling you. And guess what? Neither one of them niggas ain't never going to have a tennis shoe. You know why? Because I'm sorry. And this is the difference between women and men. And that's why sometimes I say you got to give credit where credit is due with Caitlin Clark is. Because guess what? They know for a fact her white audience is going to support more than Tom Brady is. You could tell Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are two of the greatest football players to ever play football, especially at their position. And ain't neither one of them. I'm talking about now they get commercials when they retire. Think about it. And people probably figured out that Peyton Manning got a personality since he retired. But as a player, you talking about this is my favorite player of all times. I don't care who it is. Though he ain't never had a commercial until he retired, dog. He ain't have nothing. You know why? Because nobody knew he had that personality. So that's why when we talk about marketing and promotion, like, you can't. That's why I don't like when you, like, y'all know, if I can find a way to make it a race thing, cool, I'm with it. But let's be clear, dog. It's a lot of white dudes who ain't got it. Dog. I love Nowinski. I never in my life seen a Dirk Nowitzki commercial. Nigga, he beat the Miami Heat, LeBron James, and Dwayne to Chris Bosh in their fucking prime, dog. And beat Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, James Harden. And guess what? He ain't get shit. Y'all still don't even want to sit here and say he a top 5 power forward all times. But why? Because he's white and he's quiet. But guess what? That nigga is married to a black woman with black kids. The hell are y'all talking about? He still don't have a sneaker. He don't have nothing but a statue in front of the goddamn Mavericks jump. Like, come on, dog. That's all I'm saying. Telling you, sometimes it's not about just how good you play sports. We talking about selling a product. You have to have some type of personality. And I'm gonna play this commercial. And this is the perfect example. When I've told y'all before. A'ja Wilson can be the best player on that team, but she ain't got the biggest personality. It's the players around her. And that's why when I told y'all when I followed them on TikTok, it was because everybody else, and she was just in the videos. Hold on, let me play that jump.
Target, and I saw this pickleball tournament. I never say no to parking lot pickleball.
Pickleball? I didn't even know Kelsey played.
Having Kelsey on my team was huge. She's a 2-time WNBA champion.
When I first saw her come on the court, I thought, wow, she's stronger than all of us, fitter than all of us. So that was not great.
She's always involved in stuff, but I'm here to support her no matter what.
She has a cannon for an arm.
I was here to win another championship.
I knew she was going to slay. There's nothing she can't do.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that commercial was just like, all right, bro. And that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm telling you. And I'm not sitting here, and let's be clear. I don't think that if we're talking about personality, I don't think that Caitlin Clark got the biggest and greatest personality either.
I don't think she needed it.
But yet she don't need it because she just did Donald Trump. She is their Donald Trump with a bra and panties, dog. I'm sorry. That's it. And I don't get the people that's who gonna rock and roll for her, and she can shoot the level off the damn ball, dog. I'm sorry. And I told y'all that's Steph Curry fault. If y'all mad at anybody, be mad at Steph Curry, dog. He made that shooting nigga Dame, him and Dame. This nigga Dame was pulling up from the goddamn logo last night. I don't know what happened, how he ran out of gas. This nigga had 35 at halftime, dog. He was literally, I watched one joint, and he literally, his back of his foot was literally on the goddamn Milwaukee Bucks logo, and this nigga didn't even take a dribble. Nigga passed him the ball, he gave the dude a stutter step, and it just jacked up, whack him. I'm like, oh my God, he is. But again, going back into what we was originally talking about with just the marketability stuff, you can't be mad, though. You have to figure, and this is again what I'm talking about on social media. If y'all really love these people to say the way you do, then make their names completely trend all the time. Find other cool ways to support them, because you cannot sit here and say, I like somebody, and then you never tell people. And I was arguing with somebody on my jump when I posted about the Drake doing the Tupac thing, and they got him, and we're not gonna get into that conversation yet, but I just wanted to put it with this. When like what you like, when he was getting in the comment section, oh, it's corny that Drake could sit here and use somebody else their like whoever, like Tupac. He basically like, oh, yeah, their likeness and using their voice or whatever the case may be. I'm like, bro, it's 2024. You can listen to whatever music you want. And guess what you can also do? You can champion whatever music you want. This is not back in the day where we cut on the radio and they got to play and we only can watch what listen to whatever they play on the radio. If you watch the videos, you can only watch whatever videos is on 106 and Park or on MTV. So you can pick and choose what you like. And you can, guess what? You got a social media platform, just like I do. If you like a certain type of music, guess what you can do? You can sit here and cut your camera on the same way I cut mine on, and you could talk and big up whatever you want. Instead of complaining about what you don't like, big up what you like. If I sit here and feel like Angel Reese or whoever else supposed to get more credit, then guess what? It was my job to do. Sit here and cut these microphones on, cut a camera on, and sit here and talk and big up people, whatever you like. But it's not me sitting here trying to downplay somebody else's success. That to me is corny, because guess what you're going to do? You're just going to come off as a hater. You always got something negative to say, but what do you like? Tell me what you like. Big up what you actually like, because guess what? It's harder to do. It's harder to build up what you like than it is to hate on something. It's easy to be a hater, but it's hard to sit here and say, hey, let me build something up that I actually like. And that's when we talk about support and we talk about marketability. Dog, that's what you got to do. If you sit here really like something and you want to support people, bro, get on, stop trying to be cool. And that's most everybody. Y'all too cool to post what you actually like on social media. So you sit here and just throw it up in your Insta story. Bro, that's weak. If you really like something, bro, post it on your page. And that's the thing that blow me the most, because everybody and their mother will post memes all day long, and you will post whatever, you can post it on your page.
But I think more people are now so used to the story, you know what I'm saying? The story situation is a lot more easy to get traction.
Yeah, no, but it depends, because I know for a fact my stories don't do nowhere near as much as my dog. I can be saying honest. My stories may at max maybe do a couple hundred, if that. Most of the time, probably, but I don't look at them now because I really don't be caring no more because my page do numbers. But let's say at one point in time, maybe like let's say sometime last year, my Insta stories only did like 50 views. I'm not a woman. I'm not on sitting here posting thirsty stuff or whatever. So, but listen to what I'm saying. So let's just imagine if I only posted on my story. We talking about 50 people who may view it on my story from hundreds of thousands of people who come to my page on a daily basis. What are we talking about?
But I think that the stories are more access because you already started and you just going through your friends. Like sometimes your timeline, it won't come. You won't come on somebody's timeline when you just post.
Yeah, no, of course.
So that's why I say I kind of get. I mean, I understand the whole posting it in my story before posting on my page, because
I understand and I agree with you. You're absolutely right. 9 times out of 10, you'll pay attention to somebody's story. And I'm not telling people not to post on their story, but I'm just sitting here telling you, if you're really passionate about something, dog, post it on your page so people can see. Who cares if only 5 people see it on your page, still post it for them. Like if you really actually like what you like, dog. That's what I'm saying. If you actually like it, dog, really find other clever ways to support it, because I know for a fact everybody financially can't do it. And that was my biggest thing that was blowing me when people were sitting here talking about it on social media, where they was making it like, oh, do you got a jersey? Did you buy shoes? Because let's be clear, the person that y'all all skipped was Candace Parker's guy. Candace Parker has her own signature shoe with Adidas. And we even talked about them before. Like them Jones like 5, she got some crazy colorways. Like and she's with Adidas though. So I don't necessarily, I know the conversation was more around Nike, but dog, she has her own signature shoe. And then people was going back in the day like, oh yeah, and I did see a lot of people push back with that, was like, well, you didn't hear white people or white women complaining when back in the day when Nike was only black women who had it. Cheryl Swoops had her own sneaker. Not Lisa, Cheryl Swoops. What was the other lady? Dawn Staley had her own sneaker, and it was one more. I'm missing one.
I don't think she had a signature shoe. I think she was under Nike. She had one of those, like, because back then I don't think it was too many that actually had a face, unless she was under Jordan.
No, nigga, sure, no, they all had they literally. This one,
I know, but she was under
everybody
Nike.
named I want to say if it's not Cheryl Swoops, is I want to say it's Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia Cooper. It was Cynthia Cooper. She got a Jones. Her Jones. Cynthia Cooper Jones looked more like I want to say like. I want to say they almost look like the Duncans a little bit, but she had her own junk, and I'm sure everybody in their mother, if you could wear that size, but this was like when eBay, everybody in their mother had a pair of Cheryl Swoops if your foot was small enough to be able to get in a pair, because at that time women's feet they didn't run as big as the shoes do now. Where at that time you had to be on your Kendrick Lamar size 7 type of nigga to be able to get a pair of Cheryl Swoops. But they all had them, and people like that, nobody complained back then when all of them had one. Because let's be clear, at that time that the WNBA was, and I think that's another reason why, if we've been honest, is why people get so crazy about champion Caitlin Clark, because though for a long time the WNBA was, and we talked about it last week, dog, the WNBA was dominated by a lot of women who looked like niggas, and a lot of them was men. even seen the debate when people was like, damn, I can't wait for the WNBA women to start making hundreds of millions of dollars. How they gonna trick off? And all the women was laughing, and the WNBA women was reposting some of the jokes that they thought was funny, or if niggas was mentioning them, like, oh, I can't wait for such and such to fly me out. I'm gonna be courtside saying go Poppy and all that stuff. And then there was other women like, yeah, y'all gonna be mad until y'all figure out most of these women like women just like y'all do. And that's just how it be sometimes. So it's just like, I get it, dog. Like I said, the only thing I would tell A'ja Wilson.
AB, you a wild nigga.
Oh yeah, for people who don't know,
You a wild
no,
nigga. You a wild
I'm not.
nigga.
Listen,
You deserve to be blocked.
No, you deserve to be blocked, but I'm not
nigga.
gonna lie. I'm sure when he tweeted that and everybody kind of pictured it, and you looked at Caitlin Clark, you probably was like, all right, yeah. So what's this? Antonio Brown tweeted Caitlin Clark and said Caitlin Clark looked like she got a bush, and for people, of course, a bush on a private part, and she blocked him. I'm sure when you looked at her, like, all right, he probably right, but you can't like, don't she's still? I'm not. She's still a kid. Let's be clear, you old nigga, like that's kind of wild. So I ain't mad at her for like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not gonna. And the cool thing about Caitlin Clark is, and what I do want to give her credit is, no, she don't even get on social. I don't even know she got a Twitter, dog.
I don't think she got anything. I had never seen her act
or nothing. That's my point. So it's just like that's the difference. Like she don't.
And you do have to respect that type of level of, because like when we say we got the Angel Reese and then we got the Caitlin Clark, like Angel Reese, she used her personality. She has a social media of course. She got her image that way, and you got Caitlin Clark is like, oh, I'm gonna be kind of a little humble. I'm gonna stay chill. I'm not gonna do. I'm just let my game.
Let my game. And guess what? My audience is so vividly rabid and loud that they gonna hold it down for me, and they do. And you gotta respect them for holding it down. And that would be my biggest challenge to any black person that's listening to the sound of my voice right now. And you get upset about anything or somebody not getting the credit that you feel like they deserve, or sitting here you want to champion people more. Oh, support. If you want to support, fine. I'm not sitting here telling you got to spend money, but you have a social media. We all got social media, dog. Use it to support the people you like, because you cannot complain and cry about somebody else getting celebrated more, and you don't celebrate the people you like. Niggas be quiet like you like. I'm not gonna tell people I like this, and I know that's how people be, dog. Especially dudes. Like we never really want to sit here and big nobody up, because you don't never want to sit here and say, "Oh, you dick riding this, that, and the third." All right, well then you can't be sit here and mad if somebody else got a bigger platform or people celebrating. We can get in that too when we talk about academics. I should have mentioned that academics broke the Quavo Jones earlier today. So I mean, it happened. Like I said, celebrate the people that you're supposed to, though, or the people that you really like.